Introduction to Economics, Roots of Economic Way of Thinking, Part 2, adapted from my college notes taken a couple of years ago, presented by Doug Bainbridge. Economics. What's going on with economics? Economics is a social science that studies human behavior. Observations can lead to the creation of models that are compact and useful to predict or describe behavior. Models can be limited in many ways, and if a model does a good job of predicting truth, then it is called a theory. Economics. More to say. Economics is a choice theory under constraints, such as income and time. At this point, my notes show that there is a consideration for scarce goods and free goods, with free goods defined as those goods where nothing is sacrificed in exchange for the free good. Opportunity cost. What is sacrificed to do or get something? Economics. Terminology continues. Efficiency. Given cost, maximize the value or output. Given output, minimize cost. And now for a production possibility set, where we have productive person A and productive person B. If A focuses on making only desks, they can make 10 desks per day. But if A focuses on making only chairs, they can make 5 chairs per day. If person B focuses on making desks, they can make 8 desks per day and 12 chairs per day if B focuses on making only chairs. We see this graphically shown below. The inefficiency region is when you're not on this line. And for example, with productive person A, if they're making 10 desks per day and 0 chairs, the top left-hand corner of that graph, they're working efficiently. If we go to about the middle of that graph, where they're making 5 desks and perhaps about 2.5 chairs, they're working efficiently. But if, say, for example, productive person A is only making 3 desks per day and 1 chair, then they would be in this inefficiency region, and they would need to perhaps do something to bring them back to efficiency. Remembering that efficiency is defined as given cost, maximize the value or output, and given output, minimize the cost. Trade. Conditions for trade. 2 parties. Different opportunity costs. Conditions for gain from trade. 2 parties. Specialization. Terms of trade must be somewhere in between 2 opportunity costs when discussing 2 parties, for example. Terms. Absolute advantage. A condition where one person or company produces more of 2 products than another person or company. Good. Any desired entity. Scarce good. Any good for which more is preferred to less. Free good. You want no more than you have. Does not involve choices, but scarce goods involve choices. Bad. Less is preferred to more. Concepts to consider. For each person, some goods are scarce. Substitution. People are always willing to give up at least some of a product for something else. There is no way to compare intensity of wants. More concepts to consider. Value. Personal value equals maximum amount of some other good that a person is willing to give up. Indifference. The value a person places on an object is determined by the point at which they show an indifference towards one or another of two objects. Marginal versus total value. My example will compare cola with French fries. What is the marginal value of the 24th cola? It is the maximum number of French fries you are willing to give up to get it. What is that total value of the 24th cola? The total value equals the sum of the marginal values. Below is a chart showing on the left column the colas first through the 24th cola. The middle column, marginal value in terms of French fries, in other words, A number of French fries, B number of French fries for the second cola, C number of French fries for the third cola, etc. And the right-hand column shows the total value in terms of French fries, in other words, the total value for that first cola is A number of French fries. The total value for that second cola is A number of French fries plus B number of French fries. On down to where for the 24th cola, the sum of all of these marginal values would be the value, total value, for that 24th cola. Principle of diminishing marginal valuation. The higher the rate of consumption of a good, the lower the marginal value placed on additional units. So below in our chart we see colas per week. That first cola has a marginal value of 420 French fries. And that last cola has a marginal value of 50 French fries. So you can see how the marginal value diminishes, and the total value is calculated as we showed in the previous slide. Conclusion. This video introduces terminology that will be useful in later videos, and it can be useful when studying economics using other resources. My purpose throughout these presentations is to slowly develop and present an economic way of thinking that I believe can be quite useful as we progress with our lives. Presented by Doug Bainbridge.